So a few years ago, my buddy and I wanted to go to Isle Royale and hike the length of Isle Royale. It was going to be our first backpacking trip ever, and so it was kind of cool. So I wanted to commemorate that, and so I made 2 of these knives. And, you know, we were inexperienced backpackers and everything, so we didn't really know what we were going to get into or whatever. So we wanted to be able to take the knife and hang it on our gear, like on our left side shoulder strap. But we also, once we got to camp, wanted to be able to take it and hang it on our belt. So I made... Let's see, when I formed it, I kind of bumped out. I made a little fixture, machined a fixture that went onto the edge of the knife so it would bubble these points out so that the screw heads would be recessed so when the blade went in and out, it wouldn't hit them. And then this piece and this piece just slide together, and then we had a plate that we put mounted onto our shoulder strap, and then this knife would go up and be able to be carried on the shoulder strap. We carried it upside down, and the knife does clip in and out of the sheath. Retention is nice. But I also put a sliding lock on. So when you take this lock and you slide it all the way up, it doesn't allow the kayaks to come open. And it locks it right in. So that allowed us to carry the knife upside down on our shoulder strap with confidence. Before we get to the knife, this is the adapter plate that I made so that we could, once we got to camp, take them off the shoulder strap, leave that plate on there, and then we just clip them into this. It has a belt clip. It would hang nice and low, and we could carry our knives around camp. In addition, I put some tarred bank line and some finer OD green thread for repair through a couple of rivets I installed on here. Just enough that if I needed to make a small repair, I could. And then on the back, I have a smaller sewing needle and then a larger sail needle taped onto the back of this plate. And then, of course, I have a little bit of duct tape if I needed it for something. But this adapter works good. Now, I've been carrying it mostly when we camp and stuff, just with this adapter. So here's the knife. The blade is AEBL, and the handle is spalted hackberry that has been stabilized, resin impregnated. I have a campfire pin, mosaic pin, and then loveless bolts that are brass ferrules with stainless steel bolts going through. This is the first time I'd tried any jimping. I jimped the top edge, and it turned out nice. I did a little bit of file work on the 2 knives. So mine, or the one that ended up being mine, I did kind of more triangular, and the other one's more circular. It was just so that we could tell the knives apart, just so that they'd be kind of unique. got a little exposed tang for a lanyard, and I just tied a little quick lanyard with paracord and a little skull bead. And yeah, these rode around on our packs for the entire trip in Isle Royale. I don't remember what the thickness was, so it's about a 155. So that's a nice. I like that thickness in general. With that high of a grind, that wide of a blade, this thing cuts great. I ground it down to a fairly thin edge. But here's the problem. You know, as we did all of Isle Royale with these hanging off of our gear, and then we realized, you know, that's actually quite a bit of weight. We started going lighter and lighter. So just the knife alone weighs 5.47 ounces. So now if we put it in the sheath, then let's not forget that we had this adapter plate with us. I don't have the plate that I had on the backpack too, but that wasn't much. We're up to over 12.5 ounces for this setup. Well, now what I take is my Spyderco Dragonfly. Less than 1.2 ounces. It's kind of funny, the evolution, you know, when you're new, you do some things. And I also made us each a pound of venison jerky. We carried a pound of venison jerky with us too. That's so crazy now when I look back on it. But yeah, I wanted to show this knife off. I've been using it. The AEBL is about 61 Rockwell, so it holds an edge really well. But let me grab the sharpness tester, and we'll see where it's at now. Okay. Should be all set. Let's see if I need to touch this up. .184. I could probably stand to strop that a bit, but it's still pretty sharp after having been used for a while. I'm pretty happy with that. It holds an edge really well, but you know, when you're backpacking, you're not really beating on these things. So yeah, this is my one of the 2 custom knives that I took to Isle Royale. I made for Isle Royale, and now we don't carry them backpacking anymore. Isn't that crazy? But it did really good. I got a lot of compliments on them, and I don't regret it. Although I'm probably going to. I like this canebrake pattern with a spalted hackberry. So I'm probably going to make just a regular belt sheath so that I don't always have to use the plate. I think the plate's pretty cool with those extra features, but I'd like to just, when I'm out just car camping or something, I'd like to just throw this on my belt and not have to do any extra steps. All right, thanks for watching. I hope you like the knife. It's getting some scratches and stuff, getting some personality on it now from use, but let me know what you think. I'd really like to hear. Thanks a lot, guys. See ya.